I think I'm making this video because it's cathartic for me. Swag doesn't know I'm putting this out, neither does any other member of the team. If it doesn't do well, I won't make another one. But there's a scene in a movie that I can't stop thinking about. I actually haven't really let this scene leave my head since I watched it in theaters last year. It's from Alien Romulus, and that might sound like a weird movie to be feeling so strongly about, but it's right at the very beginning.
Okay, so you just wait over there. Okay, I might be a minute.
The main character and her brother go to their labor office on their planet, and the main character tells the people at the office that she has completed her work contract and should be eligible to leave this penal colony or mining colony, whatever you want to call it.
I've met my quota, and I should be free to go now.
Right?
Go where?
Ilaga? It's an independent system, but it's fully terraformed.
And when she declares that she's eligible, the lady in the office sees that she is eligible. Her terminal has every piece of information that she needs, but she makes the determination on behalf of the company that this piece of labor is far too precious to the company to let leave.
I'm sorry, but you're not eligible for contract release yet. Due to a shortage of workers, you're being transferred to the mines.
Wait, what? No, I reached the required hours. You have to let me go.
Unfortunately, quotas have been raised to 24,000 hours, so you'll be released from contract in another 5 to 6 years. Thank you, and remember the company is really grateful for your ongoing service.
So instead, she extends the debt that this woman owes and declares that she will be returning to work for another 5 to 6 years. And there's a lot that you can take away from that. The first is obviously that it's a clear critique of capitalism, right? Put people in endless cycles of debt so that they have no choice but to work for you until they die. It's actually stated in this scene that the main character's parents died 3 years ago. So that's the surface level. But there's more that you can gain from this scene. On the one hand, you have someone who's in power, who clearly feels like it's her responsibility to use that power for the betterment of her company, not for her fellow individuals. You also have this impending dread from the main character, this feeling that no matter how hard you work, you will never be freed from whoever you've indebted yourself to. This struck a couple of personal chords for me. I've dealt with several situations, recently and in my past, where I felt as though I had done enough work to be freed from, a debt or a line of service, only to be told, no, you haven't done enough. Even though you fulfilled what we agreed on, it still wasn't enough. That hurts the soul. That hurts the human part of you, the part that yearns for freedom. And yearn is a weird word to use, but it's what I think is most appropriate here. Apologies, this video isn't scripted. This was more train of thought, but I just want to really dig into why this scene bothers me so much. It is emblematic of the society that we've built for ourselves, right? People who use whatever power they can leverage in specific positions, whether it be, the lady behind the clerk desk or whoever is above her making these decisions about debts, and people who have no power, you and me, who are in the main character's position here. The point of this scene is to justify why she felt as though her decision to go onto this dangerous mining ship that may or may not have, a lifeboat to freedom. It's to justify that decision. And we know throughout the rest of the movie that that decision doesn't go well, obviously. But the decision is still justified. Because putting your life in danger in the pursuit of freedom is more worthwhile than putting your life in danger to enrich your corporate overlords. That's the message, at least of the opening of this movie. And I can't stop thinking about it. Maybe it was getting fired twice, through no fault of my own. Maybe it was being put into debts that had nothing to do with decisions that I made and were just thrust upon me. But this was very, very personal for me. And now, almost a year after the film came out, I still can't stop thinking about this one scene. And I would love to know, can you relate? Have you been in this same position? Would you be willing to risk your life to escape being indebted forever? I don't know. Just a few thoughts I had about this one random scene from a pretty good movie that came out last year.